While winter can be a great time to get outdoors and experience our world in a unique backdrop, it can quickly turn from exciting to dangerous. Threats such as hypothermia and falls on ice can become treacherous, and being prepared can mean the difference between life and death.
Living by its Be Prepared motto, the Mid-Iowa Council of the Boy Scouts of America recognizes this, and every year trains its scouts for it. Held annually in Ames, ROTC staff and cadets educate scouts on how to build fires, find food, make shelter, and many other manners of surviving the worst winter has to offer.
At its purest, the Boy Scouts of America exists to show young boys all the outdoors has to offer. And whether it's 90 degrees in the middle of summer or sub-freezing temperatures in the dead of winter, you will find scouts outside experiencing it.
A lot of the Boy Scouts, one of their goals is to go camping every month of the year, one weekend of the month of the year, and that includes December, January, February, which is pretty cold. We usually try to hold the winter survival training. That way they get some experience on what they need to do to prepare for it.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country.
For nearly 30 years, come January, Boy Scouts from across the state have traveled to Ames to take part in winter survival training. Taught by Iowa State's ROTC cadets, the event prepares scouts to enjoy winter safely and learn how to survive should an outing become dangerous.
They break out into two groups. One group starts out with indoor training, kind of classroom type training, and the other half of the group goes outside and does hands-on experiences. They get to learn how to build a shelter in the winter without a tent, find food, and how to dress for the winter, how to stay warm overnight.
I think boys join Boy Scouts, first of all, to get outside and do outdoor activities.
Paul Haywood is an assistant scoutmaster for Troop 334 out of Eldora. His small crew of scouts attending the event perfectly represents who wants to attend survival training and what they're likely to take home.
The 4 boys I brought today are new to this event. They don't realize how much is involved in preparing and training for taking on certain events. And the more we prepare before we do our outings, the more fun we have.
Winter survival training would not be the same without its host, the Iowa State University Armory, and its ROTC cadets teaching the classes. Just like Boy Scouts, ROTC is about training young men, so having cadets and scouts working together makes perfect sense.
Well, ROTC in general is developing leaders to become future officers in the United States Army. And we take this event to help prepare them in leadership. So we have designated class leaders. There's 8 different classes that are being taught 8 different times. So it goes along not just survival, but that's what the premises is, but for everyday situations.
Does anybody know the difference between a boil and a rolling boil?
Todd Epperly has been organizing the training for more than 10 years, and every year he sees scouts light up from their interaction with the ROTC.
The kids in scouts, a lot of them have military aspirations. And they get to build relationships with these guys and see them and go, hey, that's something I want to do in a couple of years.
As all the Boy Scouts see, they see us all in uniform. Therefore, it produces tons of questions. And then for us, to answer those questions helps us, obviously, with our leadership.
And if you were to ask one of the attendees why they're in Scouts, they'd say it's outdoor experiences just like this.
My favorite thing about Boy Scouts is probably exploring, trailblazing. I wanted to come to winter survival because we were currently going over in our troop, wilderness survival in general, so we decided to go over winter as just an extra thing.
While TJ is an experienced scout who's backpacked through some of the more treacherous terrain adventurers can encounter, even he walked away from the event with a host of new winter survival knowledge.
Like the different layers and how many that you actually need to survive in the wilderness. I thought like a sweatshirt and a coat thing would be good, but I guess not. There's a whole bunch of different layers, like the dry fits and then the waffle things and the fleeces and then the Gore-Tex things, and it just keeps going on.
By the end of training, scouts head home with a new respect and understanding of what it takes to survive the perils of winter. While they may not retain all of its lessons, winter survival training is another step towards Boy Scouts' overall goal.
Boy Scouts prepares young men for life, and in situations that might occur throughout their lives. Boy Scout training always will play a part in their choices that they make, you know. What impact am I going to have on this situation? What if I do this, what's going to happen here? And you know, we want to teach them to keep that in the back of their mind every time they have to make a decision.